Hi everyone, my name is Khalil, and in this presentation, I'll be talking about trade management. In other words, how we plan, execute, and control a trade from start to finish. A lot of traders focus only on finding the perfect setup on chart, but in reality, what we often separate consistent traders from inconsistent one isn't strategy, it's how well they manage each trade once they are in the market. So today, I want to walk you through the basic rules and tools that help make trade management simple and structured. Let me start with a short introduction to what we mean by trade management. Trade management is the full process around the trade, deciding how much to risk, choosing an entry, setting up a stop loss to protect ourselves, and planning a take profit and then monitoring the trade without panicking or changing the plan every few weeks. Good trade management is basically like having a checklist instead of reacting emotionally when the price moves. We already know it in advance. This is where I enter. This is where I'm wrong. This is my target. And this is how much I'm willing to lose if it doesn't work. So it's not about just spotting an opportunity, it's about having a clear plan and actually following it. On this slide, you can see the core element of trade management. The first one is risk per trade. Before we even think about entering, we decide what percentage of our account we are comfortable risking on single ID. For example, 1% or 2%. That means that even if the trade fails, the damage is limited. The second element is position sizing. Once we know our risk and where our stop loss will be, we calculate the correct lot size or number of units. This step is important because it connects our charts idea with our actual money. And the third element is the combination of every entry, stop, and target. We choose the picture where we want to enter, the lever where we are clearly wrong and must exit, and the realistic profit target based on the chart. When all three are decided in advance, the trade becomes easier to manage. We can also look at the trade management as a series of stages. Before the trade, we do all planning. We analyze the market, choose our bias, select a setup, and then define our risk per trade, position size, entry stop loss, and take profit. At this stage, we are usually calm because no money is at risk yet. So it's the best time to make rational decision. And then you have during trade. Things get more emotional. Price start moving, and then when many trades are tempted to break down its own rules, they move stops, close too early, or add more risk. Good trade management means we mostly follow the plan we created earlier, unless there is a clear and logical reason. And finally, we have after trade. Whether it's a win or lose, we record the result, take the notes, and review what we went well or badly. This reflection stage is how we improve over time. So, why is all of this worth effort? The first big benefit is that the good trade management protect our capital by limiting risks on each trade and always using a stop loss. We make sure that our one mistake or one unexpected event cannot destroy our account. And the second benefit is consistent execution. When we manage trades according to a plan, our results become less random. We're no longer gambling on emotion. We are playing same rules over and over again. That makes it easier to see whether our strategy actually works. A third benefit is support, a more professional mindset. We start to think in terms of long-term process instead of I must win this one trade. And that one removes a lot of pressure and stress. Let's talk about risk and challenges. Of course, trade management is not always easy. One big challenge is emotional decision making. When price go quickly against us, fear kicks in, and we may close a trade earlier than planned. When price goes in our favor, greed appears and we might move the target further and further or move the stop because we feel it turn around. Another challenge is lack of discipline, and this one is my favorite. Sometimes traders, like me, knows their rules but don't follow them. They risk more they planned, they change plan mid or start over trading after big win or big lose. The rules looks good on paper, but real execution is hard. And by recognizing that these are normal human reaction in the first step of improving them. Let's talk about who needs trade management. Trade management is not just about professional hedge funds. It's relevant for every step of trade. New traders especially need structure so they don't blow up their account by taking oversized position. Active day, swing traders benefit from a clear process because they might be managing several trades. At the same time, even long-term investors who hold position for months or years still need to define entries, exit, and risk limits. So no matter the style, scalping, swing trading, position trading, everyone can benefit by having simple, written trade management rules. Tools, let's talk about some tools for effective trade management. Like as you can see here, to make trade management easier, there are a few practical tools we can use. The first tool is trading journal. Second tool is orders and alerts. And the third tool is risk calculations. Let's talk about trading journal. After each trade, we write down what we took in. We entered and exit how we felt during the trade. Over time, the journal shows patterns. Maybe we see that often move steps, or that we do badly when we tired this feedback. And then orders and alerts. Using stop loss and take profit orders and setting price alert helps automate part of the plan so we don't need to react emotionally very second. And last one is these quickly tell us how big our position should be, what our risks to rewards ratios they are, what to say, and the way that we can reject trades that don't fit our rules before we even enter. And lastly, to conclude, trade management is the bridge between trading idea and actual performance. Having a good strategy is important, but without proper risk, position size and entries, stops and targets, even the best setup can turn into a bad result. A clear trade management process protects our capital, makes our results more consistent, and will help us grow as traders. If we treat each trade as one small part of long journey instead of making make or break event, we reduce stress and give ourselves better chance to long-term success. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please, about trade management, we can discuss it later. I'll be happy to answer them. And as I said, I'm so sorry for every misspelling words in English. Excuse me.